2020, as we know it, was a time of grief, loss, and uprising. People wondering, asking, where are the leaders? Even looking to some of our famous entertainers, J. Cole, Kendrick, and questioning their silence through a troubled time. Fast forward to 2022, and Kendrick releases his well-anticipated album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And after a 6-year hiatus, people wanted to hear Kendrick's perspective on the world around him. Now, instead of tackling those problems head on like maybe people wanted Kendrick to do, he instead took a different approach. An approach that sees Kendrick working on himself with therapy and realizing he doesn't have all the answers. Songs like Mirror is a clear example of an individual looking himself in the mirror and realizing before he can offer solutions to the world, he has to look inward and focus on his own problems. As an audience, we are challenged to not look at our entertainers as saviors. Artists like Kendrick and Cole have always been individuals who give perspective on what they see and feel. And the audience or individuals should not take that as church or Bible, but instead listen to it and form our own opinions on whatever topic or situation is mentioned. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is Kendrick giving a bird's eye view of a culture that is, of course, flawed because, of course, as we know, nothing is perfect. A culture that sees everyone hiding who they are inside or bottling up emotions and feelings and coping with it by buying designer things, new cars, chains, drugs. Bottled up emotions and not expressing past trauma to someone ends up spilling over to heated moments with our significant others and loved ones. A culture that hasn't dealt with family issues, leaving families divided. Men not having open dialogue with fathers regarding toxic masculinity that is passed on from generation, sometimes by the presence of a father or the absence. Now, although Kendrick is looking in the mirror and coming to conclusions on what he sees in the world, he also realizes these same problems that people are going through are the same problems he is also facing, making him and us one of the same. How in Worldwide Steppers, Kendrick talked about how he damaged his own community with a food drive that may attribute to heart problems, maybe issues assisting in the slow death of his own people. On Father Time, Kendrick coming to the realization how even though his dad was there, he realized some of the lessons that were taught to him as a form of toxic masculinity, and maybe even caused a good amount of stress for him because of the always go get it mindset no matter how you are feeling. He even gets a horseshoes from his mother about being violated in Chicago and how she feared it may have happened to him and Mother Are Sober. Kendrick is writing a letter to hip-hop telling peers to get help and talk to someone, as he realizes that a lot of rappers are covering up their pain and chains and tattoos, seemingly crying for help. It's safe to say, it's time for some therapy. If you enjoyed this video, check out how Kid Cudi has finally found peace within himself. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like.